What's going on, fam? It's Coach Lucky here. And I got a situation, right? This is for my coaches, my youth coaches, because I coach youth basketball. You want to get into coaching. You've been that player that said, listen, man, I want to coach, but I don't know how to get into coaching. And a lot of people, they just don't know. And I'm going to explain to you how I got into coaching. And it kind of explain to you how can you do as well. So the thing is, back in 2015, I've always, coached, but I didn't really understand what coaching was. I had a younger brother that was better than me in football. And I remember we being on the sideline, and he was a very talented player. His freshman year, he was playing varsity, but he wasn't getting no burn, which no minutes. And me and him talking, and he telling me, man, I'm about to quit and go back to JV, because at the time, we didn't have a freshman squad. All we had was JV and varsity, because our school was small. Eau Claire High School, class 2007. Shout out to Eau Claire, the Shamrocks. And I was like, yo, don't quit. Keep going. Your time is going to come. And I would often talk to my brother and often encourage him and often give him pointers. Why? Because it was always inside of me to help him, because I wanted to hear that from me. So when I left my senior year to go off to college, my brother had a sensational jump from his sophomore to junior year. Got records, got recognized, and played a year of college football at Johnson C. Smith. And I look back at that, fast forward, that was in 2007 to 2015, I have a son. And he's 5 at the time, and he wants to play basketball. So I signed him up like, yeah, he's going to play basketball. I'm kind of sit and watch and do my dad thing, let him work. Guys, when I tell you that they didn't have enough time to teach them the proper fundamentals, they had an hour to practice, and then after that, 5 or 6 weeks, they went on to games. There was no opportunities for my son to really grow as a basketball player. So I said, dang, I got to coach him. And so 2015, I started coaching my son just one-on-one. I brought a little goal, took it to the Cul-de-sac. We've been working. And I think in the year 2019 to go 2020, I started coaching him for his rec team. And then I enjoyed it because I'm like, man, I'm doing this for free with my son. I could do this for other kids. And then I started my own basketball business where I coach and develop young people in my basketball club. I started that 2 years ago. And then I started coaching at a middle school team this past year. And I have teams that I coach year round in my club. I also take some teams to a local league in my area in Greenville, South Carolina. And we're a growing program. Do we have a lot of success these last couple of years? No, not on the team prospect, because my vision of my team is a little different, but my club is a little different. So how do you start coaching at the youth level? I think the first thing you need to do is to, one, sign up and coach and volunteer coach. I think that's the best way to really get your feet wet when it comes to coaching, whether that's rec ball, church ball. There are so many opportunities where they need volunteer coaches that can come in and teach these guys some fundamentals. If you have the time to do it, I think if you want to get in coaching, that is the best way to do it. If you don't have any if you don't have a bachelor's, if you don't have any experience, if you don't know a coach that can kind of bring you in on his staff, and do that and build your resume. Because what happens is that you do not get better at coaching until you coach. And a lot of my young people who's watching this, man, if you want to coach, get out there and coach too. I think that coaching a younger team, let's say you're 15, 16, I would even go and coach the younger guys, because that can kind of get you into a perspective of what your coach is telling you is going through when he's trying to show you. So I think you're getting in there, and I think that just choosing your opportunities wisely, because anybody nowadays can form a team, an AAU team, and go travel. If you pay your funds, you go there. Anybody can pay to play in these leagues. Anybody can do a lot of different things. Heck, if you had a homeschool team, you can form your own school team and play. But you would never develop a team unless you build culture and you understand that, hey, you gotta pay your dues. So be the guy that's coaching the 8-year-olds. Why? Because they need to understand the fundamentals. If you could coach an 8-year-old, you can coach an 18-year-old. And here's the funny part. Coaching the 8, 10, 12-year-olds is much easier than coaching 18, 17-year-olds, because those 8-year-olds will soak up your information because they're trying to learn the game. Those 17 to 18-year-olds will tune you out because they think they know the game and they think they know what they're doing, until they get to college and realize they're not the big man, the big fish no more. So I believe that when you want to coach, just coach, volunteer. And then there are opportunities, like some private schools will let you coach without actually working at the school. But a lot of schools, if you want to go to high school, they want you to work at the school in order for you to coach there as far as the varsity level, right? But if you're, like I know in South Carolina, especially in Greenville, I can coach middle school ball without necessarily have to work at the school. But it's my party and I can cry if I want to. Hope that it helps you out. They may have not. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Coach Lucky here. You want to coach? Go do it. Sign up right now. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. If you want to coach, hey, feel free. If you want my help, man, contact me through email. That's probably the best way. But like I said before, I see y'all next time, people.